We are often tossed.
I've never believed that heaven was a place where there's a bunch of buildings, where there's a bunch of houses up there made with mortar, doped up with paper, paint on the wall.
Amen.
I've never believed that a supernatural being would have to live in a literal house.
No.
I believe when Jesus spoke in John 14, said, "In my Father's house is many mansions," He meant a body, a dwelling place.
Amen.
For the Scriptures verify the same thing to say, if this earthly tabernacle be dissolved, we have one already waiting.
Amen.
You see it?
Amen. I believe it.
Mortal beings is the only one who lives in mortal habitations. Immortal beings live in immortal habitations.
Amen.
And the place that we go into until we return back is not a place of brick and mortar, clay, or precious stones or jewels. It's a place, a condition, that we move out of this dimension that we live into another dimension. And it's a house, a tabernacle, a dwelling place. Jesus said, "Destroy this temple, and I'll raise it up in 3 days." And they thought He was speaking of the Solomon's temple. But He was speaking of His own body. And He's gone to prepare a place for every believer. That the very moment we step out of these mortal regions, we don't go out into myth or some supernatural spirit, but we go into a tabernacle, a dwelling place. And that might be right here in this building this morning, in a place that no other radioactivity or nothing can touch. It's there solely fixed by God alone.
Amen.
Listen, Moses had been dead for 800 years. Elijah had been translated for around 600 or 700 years. And there they stood on Mount Transfiguration, both of them in their mortal looks, talking to Jesus just before He went to Calvary. See what I mean?
Amen.
Then what am I trying to say? That we are looking at some mythical something away off out yonder 100 million years?
Food and want of shelter, thirsty hills and barren lands. But we're trusting in the Lord, and according to His word, we will understand it better by and by. By and by, when the morning comes, when all the saints of God are gathered home, we will tell the story how we overcome, for we'll understand it better by and by.